Welcome back to the fourth quarter of the Bobby Dupre Show, and as I usually comment, we'll have to hustle it up and really do just like the National Football League teams on Sunday afternoons do. They hurry up and try to score some more points. We got to score points with you, our viewers.
How about thank you to Mr. Herschel Leger? You know, they do the blood drive a couple of times a year over at Our Lady Queen of Angels and dropped us off our nice little bags there with Life Share Blood Centers. I want to thank them for doing so much to help the community with their blood drive.
And I noticed that a long time I guess, attorney assigned to the parish council, Miss Andrea West, is retiring, and I guess it's at the end of January, and the District Attorney's Office, Earl Taylor, appoints a person and assigns them to that particular role as part of their duties. And when she decided to retire, he started looking around to see who he could place in her position, and he didn't have to go very far. In this particular case, he went to her son-in-law, Mr. Lance Pete.
Who was already with the District Attorney's Office.
With District Attorney's Office, and also from the Eunice area. And of course, as a District Attorney, you got to kind of give and take. You got to make sure that Eunice gets some of those good jobs over there.
He probably can ask his mother-in-law for some advice because she knows the history. You know, a lot of times the law is what was historically done, and she'll know it. And
they're off, way off. And last Saturday over at the fairgrounds in New Orleans, historic fairgrounds, I might add, they had some exotic races, and one of them was the human races, and they were the logos, stand for the logos of the various businesses.
Right.
And the humans, of course.
The New Orleans voodoo mascot, the one from Tulane, I see. And
Riptide, and then the one with the
UNO, the Zephyrs.
Yeah, and then what about the basketball team, the Hornets?
The Hornets, yeah, you got the Hornets.
The Hornets, that must be the Hornet right here, huh?
Must be, I don't know.
Kind of looks
the
like
whole
him.
crew.
And of course, then they also had a race with exotic zebras.
And ostriches, and they actually sat on the ostriches and rode those ostriches.
And rode them. And
there's real jockeys that rode it, not just a...
And let me tell you, it packed the place. They had an overflowing crowd that came out for the excitement. So
it's a charity event.
And yes, and over here we have one like that every year also, where it's humans running against humans for about 40 yards. And then also we have the ostrich too, because they are generally sponsored by the ranch outlet right there in Caron Crow, Louisiana. Mr. Carroll, what was Carroll's last name? Not Carroll Olivier, that's the farmer.
It'll come to me in a minute.
It'll come to me too. Angel? Carroll Angel? I think it's Carroll.
Restaurant.
Well, used to be, yeah. It used to have.
There you go.
But that wasn't, he was not the one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
All right. How about another sponsor?
Let's switch topics. We have one more left.
Tar-Gil Seasoning and Tar-Gil Butcher Supply and Cutlery Supply and Kitchen Supplies and Cake Baking Supplies. They do all that for you. If you got a restaurant, if you got a grocery store, if you're an outdoor kitchen kind of guy, you just do a little cooking on the weekends, maybe you're a caterer. Got all those different things that you need. If you're going looking for all your stuff from your knives, maybe you want to get those nice chopping blocks. Those nice, I like those, I don't know what that material is called. It's like a plastic kind of material they make a chopping block out of, and you can wash it and it's clean. It's government certified that, you know, it's not going to carry any bacteria. You can use it. Good stuff, good quality things over at Tar-Gil. And don't forget it for your baking supplies with your fillers for your pies and your cakes as well.
One of the young men that is in politics that I got to know, and I gave him a few dollars for his campaign, and I'm speaking of Kevin Nakan, the musician. The Cajun French Music Association has presented him 18 awards over the years. As young as he is, I wonder how many he'll collect during a lifetime. He's been he was supposed to come out with a new CD during the year of 2012, and he's kind of getting the word out to his music lovers, his fans, that due to some things that came up during the year, primarily the health of his father. I think his dad had cancer and has successfully undergone treatments, but had to, take some time for that and a few other issues. But he says, hold on, because he is coming out, and he presents some good dancing type music. Keep up the good work, and he's been doing a very active job as one of the commissioners on the Lafayette Parish government.
Coming up in the end of February, beginning of March, we've got the retreat every year. You hear Bobby and I talk about going to the Jesuit retreat over at Our Lady of the Oaks Retreat House in Grand Coteau, Louisiana. Silent retreat from Thursday night through Sunday at lunchtime. If you're interested, it's February 28th to March the 3rd. You can call me at 351-0732 or drop us an email if you're interested in going. We're having our gumbo, our annual gumbo cook-off this coming Monday. That's Martin Luther King Day at 6:30 p.m. over at Bobby's Outdoor Kitchen. So give me a call if you want to come meet some of the guys. You're going to know a bunch of the fellas. It's Port Barre, Opelousas, Lawtell, all around this area. But if you're from anywhere within our viewing area, you want to join us for the retreat, just come by, give me a call, and we'll hook you up, get you all settled in.
The Ursuline nuns have a fundraiser of their own going on at the National Shrine of Our Lady of Prompt Succor. And they're located at 2734 Nashville Avenue. I read the article in the Morning Advocate a couple of days ago, and when reading it, it reminded me of the same repairs that we needed at our retreat house. And we got together as a group and went out and raised a little over $400,000, about $425,000. To do repairs very similar to what they need to be done at this particular church here. Beautiful front of the church. I want to attend next time.
To help to do some of their fundraising, about 2 years ago, the Vatican sent some of those mosaics that they have all inside of St. Peter's that had never left St. Peter's, sent them all down to the Ursuline convent and church, so that people could go and tour and spend a little money to tour it and use that money to help with these renovations as well.
And on the 14th, which is what, Monday, I sent them $250.
Good people, they've been there a long time.
If you don't do it right away, I find it doesn't get done. So I thought it was because I know how important it was to put a new roof on our particular facility at the retreat house in Grand Coteau. That's a major job, because if you have a leaking roof, it's not much.
Everything goes.
Everything goes, and it goes quicker than you can expect.
And it's something that's going to carry that next generation of people.
And speaking of save, UL in Lafayette is right now trying to save Fletcher Hall, and they have quite a controversy going over of how the building will look after the renovations.
They had the same problem when they built it. There was a big controversy as to the fact it didn't match anything else at the time.
And the architecture classes are held in here, so you're going to get, naturally, you're going to get some that would want to go with the style of the other buildings on the campus, which
the red bricks.
Red bricks, and they've even suggested putting the red bricks on this building, and I don't think that's going too good.
The compromise is it's going to look like the original facing of the building. I think now that's what they've settled to do. They're not going to make it look red brick.
No, I don't think that building was built. You'd have to change the whole structure on the outside, and they're finding out that they don't have quite enough money to do that. And I keep every day when I'm at home and have a Morning Advocate, I look at the temperature of Anchorage, Alaska. You remember I spoke about the Orell Green family living there? Well, I went on that trip, and from that day till today, I checked, and a couple of days ago, it was in Anchorage, the low was 31. I went to Fairbanks also, so I checked the Fairbanks. It was 4 degrees. And I went also on one of my other trips to Helena, Montana, which is the capital of Montana. Went there to visit some good friends in the insurance industry business, and it was -7. So every day I check those 3 temperatures, and then I check the temperature on myself to make sure that I'm alive.
Your pulse is okay?
My pulse is okay.
Mark, if you want to put us a little cool air here in the studio, that would help. You talk about that coldness made me hot. What else? I see Senator Mary Landrieu named a new chief of staff.
Don Cravens Jr.
A local young man.
That's correct. I sent him a congratulatory text message when I read this in the newspaper a couple of days ago. And of course, Don has apparently done a very good job because he's continued to assume more responsibilities in each job, because this is probably the third, I guess you could say, location within her organization, her senatorial office there in Washington, D.C. They all have substantial offices, and she is a chairman of one of the committees, so that creates a good working staff. And
he got the office right next to hers now, the chief of staff.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he's right there. He's at the power.
So if we go to see him, she'll see us maybe and come tell us hello, you think?
I think that would
work. No, it'd be easier to see her than to see Don, I think. I go way back with Mary. Good morning to all of you in Washington, D.C., and some will be watching the program.
You and I were talking earlier, it's kind of like if you ever watched The Godfather, they got the consigliere, the guy that gives the advice. I think she's made him her wartime consigliere because it's political time. It's time for her to run for re-election, and she knows he's got a tremendous amount of experience in running campaigns and his own campaigns. So.
That's correct. And our own local government here on the Opelousas City Council, Alderman Blair Briggs has been nominated and elected as the mayor pro tem for a year. And they have a ongoing challenge, as do every other governmental office that you get elected to today.
Big bills, little income.
Little income. And the bills get bigger and the income stays just about the same.
I think it's wonderful seeing a young man interested in participating in government, because nowadays it seems so hard to get the younger folks interested in participating. And here's a guy who's got kids in the school system and everything else.
Well, it takes so much time. You know, we talked about the flood briefly before, and of course there's still some areas. When I went to Crowley, that would have been what, Monday afternoon, right around Crowley, a lot of flooding still taking place. And an interesting little story was the flooding that took place at the Savoir Music Center in Eunice, they call it. As you come in to Eunice on the right on Highway 190, they're heading west. And they have a weekly Saturday jam session. And he got the word out, I'm sure, Facebook or whatever you young people use, to let everybody know, don't worry about the flood waters. We're going to get the water out of the building, and even if we have to wear rubber boots, we're going to have the Saturday jam session.
Right. You may want to find your prayer book. We get down to that last minute.
Okay.
I want to thank everybody for watching again this week.
And they had by the way, they had the jam session, and it went off well. And people like that is what makes Acadiana and the Cajuns who they are.
You can be a pro or first timer. They invite you to go and participate. I've been there myself.
And I have not been in, I went one time many years when they first started.
Bring your harmonica and go see them.
And go see them. No, I'm not. You thinking of Iggy Castillo. Our closing thought for the day, of course, is this weekend. Please consider attending the church of your choice. And we might close with this thought. My Father, give me the spirit of love and grant that I may see you in all human beings. What a good thought. Put yourself in that place. Maybe you wouldn't be quite so critical. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for telling a friend. And thank you, Andrew, for assisting.
You're watching KDCG TV, uniquely Acadiana.